Let us now do some textbook questions of the periodic classification of elements. First question is, did Dauvergne triads also exist in the columns of Newland octaves? Compare and find out. Yes, it is true that Newland octaves, they contain the Dauvergne triads. We are having some triads like HF, Cl, and then we have Linac. This is the second triad. Then we have BMG, BMG ka. This is the third triad, and then we have boron, aluminium, and chromium. So these are the few triads which also exist in the Newland table. Then what are the limitations of Dauvergne classification? Dauvergne could not place all the elements in the form of triads. It could arrange only the elements up to calcium in the form of octaves. Then we see what were the limitations of Newland law of octaves. The limitations were, number one, it was not possible for him to arrange all the elements on the basis of law of octaves. He could arrange the elements up to calcium, the eighth element that has the property similar to the first element, that beyond calcium, eighth element does not match in properties with the first element. Newland assumed that only 56 elements existed in the nature. No new elements are likely to be discovered. So this was a wrong assumption on the part of Newland. And to fit the elements into his table, Newland adjusted two elements in the same slot. For example, copper and nickel, and aluminium and silicon. So this was also not true on his part. Then we have used Mendeleev periodic table to predict the formula of oxides of the following elements. These are potassium, your carbon, silicon, and then we have the element barium. So we will be using the formula of this table. This is belonging to first group. We have here the oxide, this formula, so it will be K2O. In this case we have the formula RO2, it will be CO2. In this case we have SiO2 formula, that was RO2 again. They belong to the same family. In this family we were having the formula RO, so its formula will be PaO. So these are the oxides of these elements which are formed on the basis of Mendeleev table. Then we have next question, besides gallium, which other element have since been discovered that were left by Mendeleev in the periodic table? So beside gallium we have discovered two more elements, they are scandium and germanium, which were adjusted in the Mendeleev periodic table. Then we have the question, what are the criteria used by Mendeleev in creating his periodic table? So criteria used by Mendeleev, that was atomic mass. Mendeleev predicted that atomic periodic properties of the elements, they are the periodic functions of their atomic mass. So this was the main criteria for classification, for making the Mendeleev table. Then we have the next, why do you think that noble gases are placed in separate group? Since noble gases, they have completely filled octets. Except helium, all the noble gases, they are having 8 electrons in the valence shell, and helium has 2 electrons because it has only k cell, so whose capacity is of 2 electrons. So it means they should be kept separately since they have less reactivity due to 8 electrons in their valence shell. How could the modern periodic table remove the various anomalies of the Mendeleev table? First of all, the position of hydrogen was made clear on the basis of electronic configuration. It was kept along with alkali metals. Second, the position of isotope was same. They were allotted the one place only because of the same atomic number. So these anomalies, they are removed, and then the elements whose masses were more, they were placed earlier by Mendeleev. They have been corrected by the modern atomic table, modern periodic table. Then name two elements which would you expect to show chemical reaction similar to magnesium. So these are the elements of the same family. Keep in mind these elements being Jika Sarpara. So these two elements, they are showing properties similar to that Magnesium के साथ calcium, strontium, they have similar property as shown by magnesium. Although beryllium, due to its small size, it has some different properties than of magnesium. So these two elements, they are having similar properties. Then name three elements which have single electron in their valence shell. They are the elements of first group, Alinoc. So these are the elements which have one electron in the valence shell. One electron here, again in this case you have one electron in the valence shell. So we have named the four elements here. Then we have the helium is unreactive gas, neon is a gas which has extremely low reactivity. What if anything do their atom have in common? So we can say helium and argon, they have completed their outer shells. Helium, the capacity of K cell is to accommodate 2 electrons, and it has 2 electrons in its valence shell, while the other elements like you can say neon, it has 8 electrons since it has the 2 cells. So capacity of the outer cell is to accommodate 8 electrons in the valence shell. Then we have, by considering their position in the periodic table, which one of the following element would you expect to have the maximum metallic character out of? Gallium, germanium, arsenic, selenium and beryllium. Beryllium will have the more metallic character because it has larger size, and it is expected to show the more metallic bonding as compared to other elements, since they have the metalloid character, mostly elements. Gallium also has some metallic character, but it has weak metallic bonding. So beryllium is expected to show maximum metallic character in this family. Then we have the textbook exercise number 2. Which of the following statement is not correct statement about the trends when going from left to right across the period in the periodic table? When we are moving from left to right in the periodic table, the element become less metallic in nature. It is true, because metallic character that is more in the beginning. We have already stated that element which were present on the left hand side, they have good metallic character. So metallic character decreases, it is not increasing from left to right. Then number of valence electron increases, definitely it is true, number of valence electron increases. The atom lose their electron more easily. No, these are the left hand side element which have low ionization energy. Due to their larger size, they lose electron easily as compared to the element which are lying on the right hand side. Then oxides, they become more acidic. This statement is true, since we are moving from metallic to non-metallic character. So oxides, they are acidic in nature when we go to left right hand side of the periodic table. So then element X form chloride with formula XCl2, which is the solid with high melting point. So XCl2 can be formed by the elements of group 2. They are having 2 valence electrons in their valence shell. So calcium, when combines with chlorine, it will produce CaCl2. Magnesium can combine with chlorine to produce MgCl2. So in this manner they are forming bivalent halides. So their valency is 2 and they form high melting solid. It is due to strong ionic bonding in the lattice of the MCl2. So they exist as a solid due to strong ionic bonding. Then which element has 2 cells, both of which are completely filled with electrons? So it is neon, it has 2 cells, its atomic number is 10, it is having 2 electrons in the K cell and 8 electrons, they will be present in the L cell. Its atomic number is 2, it will be having 2 and 8. So both the cells, they are filled to capacity in this case. Then electronic configuration is 2, 8. Then name the element. 282 will be the atomic number of magnesium. This is the element. It will be having configuration 282, and it's solved with chlorine. It will be MgCl2. It will also exist in the solid. A total of 3 cells with 4 electrons in the valence shell. 3 cells and 4 electrons in the valence shell. 3 cells means 284 will be the configuration. This is 14 total number, so it will be silicon whose atomic number is 14 and mass number will be 30. So this is silicon, which is a non-metallic element in this case. Then we have the next, twice as many electrons in its second cell as in the first cell. So it will be carbon, it is having 2 electrons in the atomic number is 6, 2 electron in the K cell and 4 electron, double the number of electron in L cell. So this element will be carbon. Then we come to the next question. What property do all the elements in same column of periodic table as boron have in common? So all the elements, they have 3 electrons in their valence cells, so they will be forming trivalent compound. They form trivalent halides, BCl3, AlCl3 and GeCl3. So they form trivalent halides due to 3 electron in their valence cell, and these elements, they form trivalent hydrides also. They form the trivalent oxides, M2O3 formula. Then we have the what property do all the element of same column in periodic table as fluorine have in common? So all the elements of the same column as fluorine have 1 electron deficient. They have the deficiency of 1 electron in their valence cell. Fluorine with atomic number 9, it has the configuration of 2,7, having 1 electron deficient. Chlorine having configuration atomic number 17287. Then bromine, it has atomic number 35, it will be having 2818 and your 7. So this will be the electronic configuration of these elements. Similarly, other halogens, iodine, it will be having 7 electrons, so they have the deficiency of 1 electron their valence cell and require 1 electron to form the stable noble gas configuration. An atom with electronic configuration 287 would be, it will be chlorine. It will be having 17 atomic number, that is of chlorine. To which following element would it be chemically similar? It will be similar to fluorine with atomic number 9. Since they belong to the same family, we know Puckelbariate, these are of the same family. Then we have the next position of 3 element ABC in the periodic table as shown below. Group number 16 and group number 17 are given here. Let us now do this question. What are these 3 elements whose space has been left vacant? So we'll be writing the names of those elements. This is group number 16 and group number 17. Here first 3 elements, they are missing. We are having iodine in the last, and here we are having B in the last. And then we have group number 17. First element is missing, it is A. Then we have vacant space, then it is C. Now what we have to do, state whether A is metal or non-metal. So A is a non-metal because the elements lying on this side of periodic table, they are non-metallic. Then he asks, state whether C is more reactive or less reactive. So C, it will be having the metallic character, and C will be, in this case, as we move top to bottom, C will be less reactive. More reactive element, they are present at the top of the group, so C will be less reactive. Then we have, will C be larger or smaller in size than B? So when we move from left to right, 16 to 17th group, size will be decreasing. C has smaller size than B, B has the greater size than C. What type of ion, cation or anion will be formed by A? So A will form the negative ion by taking electron. A will form negative anion, it will be forming an ion. Then we have the question, nitrogen with atomic number 7, phosphorus with atomic number 15 belong to 15th group of the periodic table. Write the electronic configuration of these elements. So group number 15, we have the element PUSB. So out of this, he is asking the configuration of these 2 elements, that will be 2 and 5, it will be 2, 8 and 5. So both of these elements, they are having 5 electrons in the valence cells. It means they are requiring 3 electrons, so they can show -3 state by accepting 3 electrons from the outside. Now we have the, how does the electronic configuration of an atom relate to its position in the modern periodic table? So if number of electron, valence shell electron is 1, it belong to first group, that is your Halina-Krafft-Kastner. This is first group, valence electrons, that is 1 in all these elements. Then we have number of valence electron 2, this is second group, Bhimji-Ka-Sarabara. They are having 2 electrons in the valence shell, 1 valence electron. They are having 2 electrons and 3 electrons. They are present in group number 13, Volga-Intal. They have 3 valence electrons. Then we have 4 valence electrons. They are present in carbon family, Kasi, G, Sun, Pub. Then we have 5 valence electrons. They are present in nitrogen family, 5 valence electrons, Napasbi. 6 valence electrons. They are present in Usse-Tepo. 7 valence electrons. They are present in Fakal-Bariat. So this is the number of valence electrons. Then we have the 8 valence electrons. They are present in noble gases. They are helium, neon, argon. Helium is omitted from here. It has 2 electrons only in the valence shell, while other member helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon, they have 8 electrons in the valence shell. Then we have the next number of cells with filled electrons. Period number of an element can be predicted from number of cells in the its valence shell electron from number of cells with filled electrons. So if a element has first cell that is filled, it belongs to period number 1. If an element has 2 electrons, they are filled, then it has 2 cells. Similarly, 3 electrons, it has 3 cells, 4 electrons, 4 cells, and so on. We can predict the period number of cells with filled electrons. If an element has first cell, it will be belonging to first period. Then if it has 2 cells, it belongs to second period. This was first period. And if it has 3 cells, it belongs to third period. If an element has 4 cells, it belongs to fourth period. If an element has 5 cells, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, it belongs to your fifth group, and so on. So these are the period numbers which are indicated from the cells of the element. Then we have the next question. In modern periodic table, calcium with atomic number 20 is surrounded by the element with atomic number 12, 19, 21 and 38. Which of these have physical and chemical properties resembling to calcium? So atomic number of calcium is 20. If we are matching this element with other element who its atomic number should be either 8 less than 20, it should be 12, or it should be 8 more than that, or 18 more than that. So in this given series we have 12, 19, 21 and 38. So the element whose atomic number is 38, that will match completely with calcium in properties. Since their valence electron, that will be same. Now we have compare and contrast the arrangements of in the Mendeleev periodic table with modern periodic table. So in both tables, similarity in physical and chemical properties that has been taken as the basis of classification, whether it is Mendeleev table or long form of periodic table. Elements with similar physical and chemical properties, they are kept in the same group. With Mendeleev table was based on the atomic mass of the element. So similarities, both the table, they are keeping in mind the physical and chemical properties, similarity to classify the elements. Then both of the family, they are taking the formulae of hydrides, oxides and halides as the basis of the classification. Then dissimilarity between Mendeleev table and the long form of periodic table, that Mendeleev periodic table, it is based upon atomic masses. It takes the periodic property as a criteria of atomic mass, while in modern table periodic properties, they take the criteria of atomic number. Then Mendeleev periodic table is in a short form containing group 1 to 8 only, and divided into A and B. Group number 1 to 7, they are divided into A and B. In total it has 15 groups and your 6 periods. But long form of periodic table, it has 18 groups, then it has 7 periods in it. Transition series that has been placed at the bottom in the end of the periodic table to avoid the undue expansion of the periodic table. But transition elements in this case, they were adjusted along with the alkali metal, alkaline earth metal, the boron family or carbon family. So these are the dissimilarities between these two. Now state one reason for placing magnesium and calcium in the same group of the periodic table. The reason is very much clear. Both have 2 electrons in the valence shell. That's why it suits second group to them, and they are kept in the second group. Then write the formula of chlorides of Eka silicon and Eka aluminium. Eka silicon is germanium, so its halide will be GeCl2, and similarly the halide of Eka aluminium, that is gallium, that is GaCl2. Then if an element X is placed in the 14th group and this is carbon family, what will be the formula and nature of bonding of its chloride? So its formula will be XCl4, that is CCl4, and all bond with chlorine and carbon, they are covalent bond. Write the valency and usual number of electrons in the group 18 of the periodic table. So we have valency of these elements, that is 0, and they have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. How many horizontal rows are there in modern periodic table? What are they are called? So we have the 7 horizontal rows in the modern periodic table. They are called as period. We have 18 vertical columns which are called as the groups. Name 2 reasons responsible for late discovery of noble gases. It was mainly because of their very low concentration in the atmosphere and they have less tendency to react. That's why noble gases, they were discovered very late. Then mention the common name given to the following element: boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic and antimony. What names they were given? They were given the names like Eka elements. So they are called as metalloids. So they are generally called as metalloids since their properties, they match some property with metals and some properties they match with those of non-metals. Then we have size of sodium atom is bigger than sodium ion. The reason for that is sodium ion is produced by loss of 1 electron from the sodium parent sodium metal. So when 1 electron is lost by sodium, then what we see, the effective nuclear force per electron, that will increase in case of the sodium ion. Therefore the outer cell, they are pulled more nearer to the nucleus, and size of the sodium cation, that will decrease. Similarly, if an ion is formed from the neutral atom, for example, if we take an ion formation, Cl takes up 1 electron, it was having 287 electrons. After gaining electrons, now it acquired 288 electrons. Nuclear charge was 17 here, it is 17 again. So when nuclear charge is 17 here, the 18 electrons, they are to be pulled inside. So these electrons cannot be strongly pulled by the negative ion. So size of negative ion, it is always larger than its parent atom, while size of positive ion, that will be always smaller than its parent atom, because when sodium metal loses electron, if you see its configuration 281, and we are giving energy E1 to it, it will be forming Na positive ion. One cell is removed. It was having K, L, M, so its size was larger. Now it has only K and L cell, so size is smaller. So size of positive ion is always less than its parent atom, and size of negative ion is always larger than its parent atom. Then name the element which has twice as many as electron in its second cell as in its first cell. So this is carbon. It has 2 electrons in K cell and 4 electrons in the L cell. What is meant by classification of element? Classification of element is the arrangement of element in order of increasing their atomic numbers in such a manner so that the elements with similar properties, they should fall in the same group or same vertical column. Then we have classified the following element into groups and triads. We have Cl, Ca, Ba, Sr, K, Li, Br, I, Na. So we can segregate from here the lithium, sodium, potassium in one triad, strontium, calcium and barium in another triad, and ClBrI in the third triad. State Mendeleev's law, it is states that periodic properties of the elements, they are periodic function of their atomic masses. Then we have modern atomic law, modern periodic law, which was given by Henry Moseley. It states that periodic properties of the element, they are periodic function of their atomic number. What is meant by group in the periodic table? These are the vertical columns. We have 18 groups in the periodic table. Then state the periodic law on which modern periodic table is based. It is the modern periodic law which states that periodic properties of all elements, they are the periodic function of their atomic numbers. Then what are the elements of group 1 and group 17? Group 1 contains halin, Ak, Ravkasfar. We have written these elements. Then group number 17 contains Fakal, Bariat. So these are the elements fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and acetylene. These are the elements of group number 17. Then we have the 2-mark question. Give one example of each. Metal having 2 valency, they are the elements of group number 2. Non-metal having 2 valency, these are the element of group number 16. Oxygen family, element with completely filled outermost cell, that is noble gas. Element with 3 cells having 4 electron in the outermost cells. So it will be 2, 8, 14 silicon. This will be the element. 2, 8, 4 will be the configuration. So these are few cases. By noble gases are placed in separate group. Why? The reason for that is they have stable octets and they have the very least reactivity. That's why they are kept in separate group. So this is good to keep them in separate group. Identify the most metallic element out of lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine. So lithium will be the most metallic element due to its large size and low ionization energy, and metallic character that will decrease when we go from lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen and oxygen, lithium to fluorine. The non-metallic character that will increase. So these are the few important questions of the periodic table of elements. Then you have to state some more question. Will atomic size increase or decrease in moving top to bottom? So when we move top to bottom in a family or a group, the number of cells continuously increases and it increases the atomic size of the element. And when we move left to right, the atomic size decreases because number of cells remains same but nuclear charge increases, which pulls the outer cells more nearer to the nucleus. So these are few important questions of your periodic classification of the elements. So this is all about our periodic classification of elements. Thank you very much.